Well. I love being right. We're going live from the underground. What up, YouTube? Topaz Yates back with another episode of Live from the Underground. Here we go in on particular topics that goes on in the music industry, man. And today, one that I told you was going to happen to a degree. Like for those of you who watched the previous broadcast that I had, where it was the review of the Nas Magic album. And I gave people the exact reason why these projects don't work. And the reason being is because the audience in which this quote unquote real hip hop is being made for, these people do not follow and listen to anything new. So whenever you as an individual, like how Nas is doing here, make music specifically for them, you're making new music for them. But they don't listen to anything new. So why are they going to listen to your stuff? Well, what's the purpose? Like, they love to cry and complain about, nobody is making real hip hop no more. Nobody is making good music. You love to hear this argument left and right. But when somebody that they allegedly follow, somebody that they actually have respect for, with all of the music, especially all the new stuff that they've been coming out with, when this person comes out with something specifically for them, something that they were all saying like, we need this from the God MC, individual who we love. We need more Illmatic sounding. We need you to bring back real hip hop. But when he does this is what happens. For those of you who don't know, Nas and Hit Boy's surprise album, Magic, only sold 22,000 total equivalency units in the opening week, which is number 30 on the Billboard Hot 200. Now, yes, I know it was the holidays, but come on. 22,000? He should have ate that alive in one day, just based off of the raw number of people who constantly complaining about how we need real hip hop. So much so that the album that did make number one should have been crushed, which is a trash album by Playboi Carti. Wasn't even a new one. It's the Whole Lotta Red, pretty much re-upload, became number one over this time period. Playboi Carti outsold Nas. When Nas went out of his way to give you the music that you say that you wanted. And Playboi Carti outsold him. Well, you look at that and you wonder why you never can get what you want. Like, okay, there's the audience from Nas, from at least my generation of, I know Nas goes beyond and before my generation, but my generation usually rocks with Nas around the Stillmatic time. You dig? Like, that was one of my generation's favorite albums. But my generation, I know them. They're not listening to music no more. They love the music that came in that time period, the Blueprint, the Stillmatics, you name them. Like, give them a J. Cole, what was it? I forget. But anyway, there's a good selection of albums that came out around that time period. around, 2000, 2010-ish. All of these people will listen to these albums over and over, like, yo, this was the best time. This was like the golden age of music. These people love it, allegedly. So when Nas, as an individual, decides, yo, I got a large amount of people that go back to the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, or is it early 90s and such? Got a whole bunch of people that pester him probably nonstop. Like, yo, we need more of this real hip hop. We need more of that quality classic music that you were doing before. Oh, we gonna support it. We support you. We love you. We follow you nonstop. We send critics like myself all of the hate mail nonstop about why Nas is still on top of the game. Why Nas could do whatever he wants to do. If he decides he want to bring back real hip hop, then he could do it. I get all this hate mail. But when Nas actually goes out of his way and makes this mythical album that you guys want to believe in, oh yes, the comment section in my Nas Magic review, whether it was during the actual review in the chat, or if it was the actual after the moment, people were defending it. People were saying that how great this album was. You can't forget it. I will not forget it. All y'all wanted to defend this. And I was telling you specifically, albums like this do not do well because his audience, no matter how much you claim that they like to follow you, they don't actually listen to new music. They don't. There's a reason why the new artists that come out are usually popping harder, why the sales are going harder, why they get more support than the classic artist Nas, and it's because they actually listen to whatever new is coming out. They give it an actual ear. They actually care. They actually support the artist. While you guys who really want the Illmatic to come back, the Stillmatic to come back, you don't really want it to come back. You just want something to argue about. That's all you want. You want to pester people that's actually focused in on new music rather than actually finding new music. Because if you did actually care about the new music that's coming out, then the whole style, the old quote unquote real hip hop style, that would still be fashionable. They would still make it. Why don't people make it? Because you don't buy it. It's unfeasible to actually spend the money necessary to create these types of projects when you're not going to buy the new one. You just want to complain about why everything should go back to the way it was. But you're not speaking with your wallet. You're speaking with your ego. You're speaking because you are like stuck in the past. You don't actually care about music. You don't. And you're not being honest with yourself. You're not being honest with the world. You want to pretend like you know it all. You want to pretend like you know how the music industry go. You want to pretend like, oh, I'm going to support Nas nonstop no matter what. But you don't. As we are seeing with this overt flop, we're seeing that you guys really don't care about music. You really don't care about real hip hop. You really just dislike anything new. You dislike the fact that other people have their own music and go against what it is you feel is good music. But yet, they follow the musicians. They will support them because what? Maybe they don't know any better. Maybe they just don't realize that Playboi Carti is trash. That's their style. That's the style that they're going with, and they're going to run with it regardless. They're going to support their artists thick and thin because that's who they're growing up on. You grew up on Nas. You have every opportunity to follow Nas. Like, no previous generation has had the ability to follow the independent artists, the independent legends, the legends of people that have been putting music out consistently. No previous generation has had the ability to follow an individual like you could have followed Nas. Who actually, and as I said, the album wasn't bad. I don't think it was good. It definitely isn't worth the acclaim that people were saying, that people were forcing upon it. Definitely wasn't worth that. But I don't think it was a 22,000 units in the first week project. I don't think it was that bad. But it is that bad because that's the sales that came along with it. Why is those the sales that came along with it? Because he tried to do something that you guys claim you wanted. But he didn't quite understand the fact that you just love to complain. You feel me? There's a difference between complaining and actually making moves. And actually doing something. And actually supporting the people that you claim that you support. There's a difference. But you guys just want to pretend that you care about music. You want to pretend that you care about Nas. But you're not going to do anything for Nas, though. You're not going to support this man. Just like how you're not going to support underground music. Just like any music from this time period, the quote-unquote real hip-hop, you're not going to do anything to support that at all. All you do is wait for the next commercial music to come out. You just want the next commercial music to come out so that you can hate on it, saying, oh, it's nowhere near the caliber of in which that I want it. You feel me? It's nowhere near the caliber that music once was. Even though you haven't listened to it, even though you never gave it a chance, you never really cared about it at all. See, it's something that I posted up to this guy, IFC Yipes, for many of you out there who may know of who he is. It's an amazing person. But he had to say, what did he say? He said, yo, y'all some real clowns for allowing this to happen, pretty much. And I had to respond to him. This is why real quote-unquote hip-hop heads don't ever get what you cry for. You don't support it when somebody you claim to follow attempts to deliver it. You're stuck in your time period. You're stuck in the past. And you're never going to do anything about anything else. You're never going to support nobody. You're never going to, like, you don't even have to pay. Like, this is for free, fam. This was for free. You could stream all of this for free. All you had to do was legitimately say, you know what? I do like this album. I'm going to listen to it day in and day out because it's for free. And Nas is going to get paid for it as a whole if you actually wanted real hip hop and all of this stuff to come back. All you had to do was plug it in on the playlist and just listen to your playlist. But no. Nas only put up 22,000 streams for free. Like, man, all of this complaining. How badly how badly people want the front like real hip hop is really something. It just get disproven immediately. It got disproven in 1 week. All of the false hype that people had beyond this. How people were saying, you know what? This album could be the album of the year. What happened to that? I know when I hear an album that I'm like, yo, this could be album of the year, from J. Cole, from Silk Sonic to Tory Lanez, my entire top 5. I consistently listen to that all year throughout the initial week. I initially listened to these projects, this music, all the time because it's fire. I speak what I listen to. I speak what I do. You dig? I'm not, whenever I tell people, you know what, we need to support our underground artists so that we can take back our music industry, because all they're going to do is promote garbage artists like Playboy Cardi. All they do is promote this trash. But if we were to rally around the best artists that we can, underground acts, even your previously legends in Nas like this, if y'all actually rallied behind this one and actually made this into a popping album, we could see actual change happen within the music industry. But y'all showed exactly how much y'all actually cared about this project, about real hip hop in general. Y'all don't care about it. Y'all just want something to complain about. You don't speak with your ears. You don't speak with your money. You just try to hate and try to tell people this is how music should be. We should go back to that. But yet you don't even listen to it. You don't even listen to it. You probably went back to the old music that Nas was pumping out and listened to that over the holidays. You probably listened to more Illmatic than you listened to Magic. But yet you're going to constantly try to argue with any new artist that comes out on whatever style that they try to do, anything new that they try to bring to the table. No, this is never going to be as good as, say, Nas Illmatic was. All of you individuals is going to go ahead and turn to Nas and say, oh, like critics of like myself that's saying, yo, this Nas Magic, it wasn't all that. I don't think it was good. Oh, you're just hating. Oh, nobody believes in you. This is blasphemy what you're saying. But yet you don't even listen to the project. Your whole genre that you claiming is amazing. You don't even listen to none of it. You won't even give new underground artists a chance who's delivering this same music that you claim that you want. I can pull up plenty music of artists that are trying to do exactly what Nas did with Magic, but did it better. In fact, I don't even have to go back to my real hip hop music is trash. Go back to that video. I play plenty of songs in there where they're using the quote unquote real hip hop, but updating it, making it better than it was back in them time periods. Go back to that. There's plenty of artists that's making this music, but you guys don't give them a chance. Why is that? Why is that when Nas goes out of his way to provide for you an album that supposedly is doing everything that you claim that you want music to be? Why is that you don't listen to that album and it flops? Number 30 on the Billboard chart, getting beat out by Playboi Carti. Why? Why did that happen? And I'm here to tell you why. I am here to tell you why. You guys do not actually like music. You like the idea of what music is. You like the idea of your favorite music from the time period that you grew up on is better than the music that other people are growing up on right now. You like that idea, but you don't actually like to listen to the music to prove the fact that this idea is true or false. And I'm here to tell you right now, your whole idea on how real hip hop is like the greatest music ever is false. I listen to the new age artists who's doing the real hip hop. The vast majority of them are trash. The vast majority of them are trash. They claim that, yeah, man, we need to bring back this real hip hop and all that stuff, man. I'm trying to do my best. But then you listen to it, a lot of mumble rappers at least have a vibe. I don't even like mumble rappers and all that stuff, but at least they can vibe and just ride the beat to a degree. It's still horrible, but yet these real hip hop dudes, they can't do that either. Y'all really just as bad. You're really just as bad as the terrible mumble rappers, but yet you just chose to go along with the real hip hop fad, the real hip hop crave that people say that they want, but yet you're just as trash as the mumble rappers. But yet you just want to crap on the mumble rappers when you're just as bad as them. And that's on you. And that's on all of y'all. Y'all don't support your God MC when he's doing something specifically that you claim that you wanted. That I got a lot of comments from the chat and all of that. What up, Slivy? What up, Lamb? We just gonna say your last name. What up, Lamb? Saying, this is why I stopped trying to please others. I just make whatever art I feel like making. And that's facts. That's exactly the way that you need to go about, man, because all these people are going to tell you what they like. They're going to tell you these things that they about and where music needs to be, but yet they don't listen to none of it, though. They not going to actually support anything. No, they not going to do that. What they're going to do is they're going to continue to listen to whatever the music industry forces them to listen to. And they're going to listen to it kicking and screaming, begging and complaining on why we need to go ahead and change all of this. They're going to go ahead and cry and bitch about it. But yet the reality is you just listen to whatever this mainstream industry tells you to listen to. Like a sheep. Whether it's good or not, you're just going to complain about it. But yet that's what you're listening to, though. Whatever is super hyped up, whatever's getting promoted, whether it's good or bad, you're just going to complain about it. Say that it's nothing like your time period. That's the music that I wish would come back. But yet when somebody who's the God of your generation that you give all this acclaim to, all this praise to, when he does something that you guys say that you want, it always ends like this. This isn't the first time that this happened. Probably won't be the last. But it always ends like this. That's why I was able to tell you guys this is what usually happens. I'm on record well before the flop saying that y'all do not promote, y'all don't really support, y'all don't really care about music. Sylvian says it's a lot of underground albums that people could support, but they got excuses. And that's a fact. That's 1000% accurate. Like this, man, like underground artists, left, right, music that's better than anything mainstream is dropping. You can get it for free. Actual skills. People actually are putting forth valuable material that you can get for free. You just gotta spend your time. Spend some time trying to find it. And even if you don't even want to spend time trying to find it, you just gotta watch one of my videos where I'm showcasing it, like my best of 2021. I spend the opening, 15 minutes promoting underground artists who deserves promotion, quality music, people that's actually putting forth good stuff that y'all claim that y'all want, but yet nobody's gonna want to listen to that now, will they? Why? Because this label, all these record labels, they ain't telling you that you need to listen to it. No, you need to be told what you need to listen to, like a sheep. You have to be told, yo, step on right up here, man, get your head chopped off. Come on, listen to this music that we made in the toilet. Listen to this music that clearly had no effort put into it. Listen to this music that nobody even cares about. But because we put millions of dollars behind it in promotion, oh, listen to it. And you gonna listen to it. Regardless of if you liked it or not, doesn't matter. You listened to it. You complained about it. Then you listen to it some more. And you continue to follow whatever it is they tell you to follow. Why? Because you don't care about music. You care about the hype. You care about what people are talking about. You don't care about music, dude. It almost feels as though I'm the only one. Like, even when I come out and say albums like this Nas Magic ain't that good, at least I listened to it. At least I gave you my honest opinion on it. At least I ain't fronting and faking so that I can be a part of this mainstream so that people can tell me what I need to listen to. No, I listen to as much as I can. Regardless of if you have a name or if you don't, I honestly prefer people without a name so that I can help you try to get you a name. I used to review underground no-name acts every week for years. It was like a solid 7 years in a row. Every week I would show you a new artist on the underground. Why don't I do that now after this is like my 10th year doing this? But you know, I had to delete my channel and come back and all that stuff and restart from zero. But why is it that I don't do that on a consistent basis no more? Because nobody listens. Nobody cares. Y'all only care about the hype. You only give a damn about where the money is. What these people were saying is the good music. Even if it's terrible music. Even though if it's complete garbage getting promoted. Playboy Cardi, complete and utter trash. But because he's complete and utter trash and people are talking about it, you end up listening to it. More of y'all know what Playboy Cardi sounds like than what the Magic album sounds like. That's just reality. Sylvian says that's why I don't take these hip hop is dead fanatics serious. And you shouldn't. You should not ever take these people serious because they're just fronting they're going along with an argument that's been created by Nas. Like, realize this argument was created by Nas. The hip hop is dead movement created by Nas. This is an argument that he created because he was upset that the next generation started using the auto-tune. They was going so hard on the auto-tune, he decided he wanted to kill it along with Jay-Z. How much did that work? Now these people are in charge of music. The youngins back in them days that actually was jamming to the auto-tune, that actually enjoyed Soulja Boy. Yes, I know I was never a huge fan of Soulja Boy myself, but there's a reason why he's still relevant. There's a reason why he's still on his podcasting and people actually follow it. He's trolling left and right. He's a trash artist, never been good. I don't like him. I don't support him. I don't care about Soulja Boy. But his whole audience from that time period still stick with him still to a degree. But that was his time period in which he was dominant. And you had to have at least heard of him, listen to his songs, because that was what was getting pumped out there. Nowadays, we got Playboi Carti. Nowadays, we got other terrible acts. Not even the terrible acts we get. Now we get Doja Cat. Doja Cat, who's actually a good artist. I actually do appreciate the music that she puts out there, but she's a trash individual that I cannot support because of her views and things that she does in her personal life. She is a trash individual for all of that stuff. But yet, this is her time period of the music that she's putting out there is getting mass promotion. She's getting all over the TV. She's on all of the award shows. She's going to perform. Does happen if Omarion allows that to happen. So no matter how much I beat the drum telling you, yo, you really shouldn't be supporting Doja Cat. Why? Because she don't like you. She really don't like the culture. She really don't like black people in general. But whenever she drops a new album, getting promoted by all the mainstream medias, you're going to listen to it. She's definitely going to get more support than your God MC, who went out of his way to create something that you claim that you wanted. That so many of you came to this channel here. You came to this channel here defending it when I told you that it wasn't amazing. You went completely out of your way to defend it, to fight for it, but yet none of y'all went out of your way to support it. It was a good argument for you. It was a good argument for you in the time being. You just want to argue. You don't want to do anything. You're not trying to build anything. You're not nation building. You're just complaining that things aren't going your way. And that's the thing that really annoys me the most to this point, you dig? Like, bruh, let's nation build. If you really support Nas, then really support Nas and listen to his joints. Make it so, okay, this sold so much, it made it to #1 on the Billboard charts. He's doing so well doing it independently that the labels have to look at it like, oh, okay. If people are actually spending their time, because all you got to do is spend time, you ain't spending money, if your people are just going to spend time on this, then we have to deliver something along this caliber. We have to deliver something for these people to actually enjoy, something that we can promote. And that could be one of the things, excuse me, but that could be one thing that can turn this boat around. That could be one of the things that actually makes music quality again, by you just standing up and supporting an artist that's doing something specifically for you. That would do so much. That would do so much. But did you do it? Nope. Will you do it? Nope. Do you actually care? Nope. Why should anybody actually care about doing something for y'all who are stuck in the past? Why? Give me one good reason why anybody should do anything for you people who are just stuck in the past, who would much rather live your life listening to old Bone Thugs and Harmony albums. You rather just listen to an old Nas album, and then you'll listen to whatever the mainstream media puts out there. But anytime anybody does anything new that's not getting the mass promotion by these major record labels, there's only 5 of them. Well, no, there's only 4 of them. And they keep on getting lesser and lesser and lesser as the time goes. Whenever someone drops anything outside of that, even if it's something that you claim that you want, even if it's something that you claim the game needs, whenever someone drops something outside of the top 4 labels, you don't even give it a chance. This is an L right here. And I want to see Nas succeed. I always loved Nas. Still one of my favorite rappers ever to this point right now. So as much as people want to say I'm slandering Nas and all of this, no. I'm a realist. Nas ain't what he was before. If you don't agree with that, you're clearly not listening. But Nas is not what he was before. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. No one is going to be at the peak for 30 years. Not everybody is Tom Brady. Not everyone's going to dominate the game for so long that people get tired of them. There's more Ben Roethlisbergers that end up falling completely off, not being able to throw the ball beyond 5 yards, than there ever will be of a Tom Brady that miraculously, maybe through HGH, who knows, but who miraculously still able to dominate the game how he dominates the game. Nas, he's going to continuously do numbers, you feel me? I think King's Disease 3 is going to do much better than this Magic does, because it's more of, he's doing what music he wants to do. And I think he's going, no matter how much his sales are, he's going to be okay. Definitely because he's invested in so many things in the business sectors that he doesn't necessarily need mass amounts of sales and albums to go and streams and all. He doesn't need a mass amount of any of this to stay put, to actually be on his feet. Like, he's a boss. And I respect him. I respect him for everything that he does. But let's not make believe that he is a dominant force in the music industry right now. He's legendary status, but when you reach legendary status, there's a difference between that and being notable. Kanye is legendary status, And he's notable because everything he does is touching gold. Everything he does, no matter how crazy it is, no matter how dumb any of his moves are, no matter whatever he does, is usually different. His fan base is following it so much so that it's going to leave a dent. It's going to continuously be pumped out there. You feel me? It's going to be successful. He is notable on top of having some of the best legendary music of multiple generations, that he ultimately changed music for multiple generations. He's a legend who's still notable to this day. Jay-Z is a legend, not notable no more. Nas is a legend, not notable no more. And as much as that hurts people, how can you say that it's a lie when you see the numbers dropping for all of them? Like, if Jay-Z was still the notable legend that he was when he was in his prime, don't you think Tidal would have done better? Don't you think Tidal would have became something much more than what Tidal actually did become, where he ended up just selling it off? Like, he actually tried to do a power move there, having nothing but exclusives. But yet, the thing that kept driving people to Tidal was the Kanye West album exclusives, not his Blueprint, Reasonable Doubts, not all of these albums that were only on Tidal. No, it wasn't that was pushing people there. It was Kanye's new crazy albums that people had to hear. That was what was driving traffic to Tidal. Why? Because he's a legend. He's just not notable. And it's okay. What's not okay is all of you people wanting to overhype these and then you not support it. You claiming that this is what you want. This is where the game needs to go. You saying that this is what you need. This is what the game needs. But yet, y'all not doing anything to help it. And it's not just for Nas. The Nas should have gotten way more numbers, but yet you saying that this is what you want. I can point at a bunch of independent artists that's been doing it, and I have done that before. But yet you don't even listen to them. You won't spend 10 minutes to determine if they're actually doing, quote unquote, real hip hop justice. You won't even listen to that. But I guarantee you, when I make my review for King's Disease 3, when that does eventually drop, oh, Nas again is the greatest. It doesn't matter what Nas drops, he's the greatest to ever do it. Everything he does is a classic. All of his fans support him thick and thin, no matter what. When that time period comes, I guarantee you the same arguments from the same people who do not listen to music at all, oh, they're going to show their face. It's frustrating, man, because we have numbers to actually make this stuff work. For projects like Magic, there are numbers out there that can make this work, that can make this a success, that can actually make the music industry do what we tell them to do. Make the music industry make the music that we want. But they know that you're sheep. That's the most frustrating thing. The music industry know that you sheep. They know that you listen to whatever it is they tell you to listen to. They know this. So therefore, they don't even try. Oh, these people don't even try at all because they know that you wouldn't even listen to it even if, they know you're going to listen to whatever it is they're going to put out there. So why put forth the hassle to put out something that actually could be positive for our community? Why, when we could just put out music that's detrimental to all of them and they're going to just listen to it anyway because of who we are? Doesn't matter. Like, when they do worse, they still do numbers. Whenever they put out trash, whenever it's like, for those of you who used to watch The Wire, in the Dope Game, Stringer Bell said, yo, whenever we do worse, we actually make more money. And it's because these people out here, they chasing the dragon. So therefore, they have to do twice as much in order to get less as high. The record labels feel the same exact way. Whatever it is that they promote and push, doesn't matter if it's good or bad, doesn't matter if they're making an attempt or not, does not matter at all. You still gonna listen to it. Why? Because we the only game in town. We the ones who tell you what's good out here. And you're so much a sheep, whenever the national discussion opens up, you're just going to involve yourself in it. And then you'll complain nonstop about, oh, how music used to be so much better, as if people aren't still trying to make the same music from those time periods. But you're not giving that a chance because you don't care about that music. You care about the actual discussion on what's going on in the mainstream instead of actually building, instead of actually doing something with quality music. What up, Intelligent Cycle? Intelligent Cycle says, what's good, Topaz? What I meant was Nas expecting to live up to Illmatic, and it was written was different side of him hungry. Compassionate and message driven. Now he's not trying to compete for numbers. It's not necessarily trying to compete for numbers, it's trying to survive. Ain't nobody able to survive off of 22,000 equivalency streams. Ain't nobody making money off of that, being able to survive off of that, to deliver the music that people claim that they want left and right. He don't need numbers. He don't. He got money. He's invested in bigger things that made he made hundreds of millions of dollars off of Coinbase. He's good financially. We're not denying that at all. But how many of these rappers out here are Nas with these kinds of investments? How many artists out here actually do need these streams to actually work out for them so that they can continue to make music? How many of them are the people that's claiming real hip hop? And then you wonder why artists disappear. You wonder why artists can't sustain. Like, there's so many artists out there from the 90s and stuff, man, that kept, like DMX, man. DMX needed the money. We all see that DMX needed the money. But he couldn't get it because all of the fans are saying, oh, how DMX's energy and the music that he was delivering was so amazing and all of that stuff. They wasn't supporting the new records. You only started listening to the new DMX records when he died. They only cared about, they gave that new DMX album an award because he died. I listened to that album as soon as it came out. I believe I made a review for it as soon as it came out before he died. I could be mistaken. I'm not sure. But I know I listened to it at that time. I'm not sure if I actually made a review for it. And it was trash. Rest in peace, DMX. Love him. But it was trash. But people going to try to say, oh, that's what they wanted. But yet DMX couldn't even make enough money to support his habits that he had clearly. Even though there's a huge amount of people that's out here saying, oh, this is how music should be. Is it? Is it though? Intelligent Cycle also says, he loves making music for him. Not everyone can be undefeated like Floyd Mayweather. Greatest defensive boxer on the planet. No disagreeing there. Instead, you get a bunch of guys who are like Mike Tyson and Bernard Hopkins. Facts. Guys who didn't take care of themselves financially, who have to constantly come out and constantly fight, even though they shouldn't be. Like, they're well past their prime. They're not able to put out quality fights. They're not able to put out quality music, but they have to continue to put out stuff because they didn't protect themselves. They didn't build up the money like they needed to and get out the game. They didn't do anything, so they have to continue to put out stuff. And then when you watch the fights, it's embarrassing. Mike Tyson versus what's his name? He was the champ. They did the fight not that long ago. Not Bernard Hopkins. It was I forget. But they had Snoop Dogg on commentary, like, oh, this is the two drunk uncles fighting at the holiday function. Like, people clowning these two people who were the heavyweight champs of their time. Well, they were the champs of their time period. Dominant fighters. Now they are shells of themselves. Still fighting. It's tough to watch. It's really, really tough to watch. But it has to go down because these people need the money. How many people out there need the money from the albums? And they're really depending on people who saying, yo, we support real hip hop. We're actually only here to do real hip hop. We only listen to real hip hop. These people depend on that. So they try to put out quote unquote real hip hop from that generation that nobody really listens to. You just say that you listen to it. But when the numbers come out, we seeing numbers like 22,000 equivalency units. People can't pay the debt to the record labels off of that. Major artists that were once major that still owe numbers to record labels, they can't pay the debt off of with that. The thing about musicians, if musicians could make music and make money off their music for the rest of their lives, then they would do it. But an artist falls off and disappears. An artist actually, like when an artist claims that they're going to retire, usually that's just a call for help. That's them saying, oh, buy my new album or I won't be able to continue to make music. Like, I'm going to retire. I'm going to go ahead, do Kobe and take a whole year. And it's like a goodbye album. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do my own Black album. I'm going to do that. But yet, Jay-Z, after the Black album, he came back now, didn't he? It's they say that they're going to retire, but they never really do, because that's just them trying to get attention that they can go ahead and get some sales. But artists or people actually really disappear and retire. People don't retire, they disappear from the rap game. You dig? Why do they disappear? Because music no longer supports them financially for the expenses that they have. It becomes unfeasible. They have to go out and do something else. They have to be on Love and Hip Hop. They got to have their own podcast. They got to do something else to actually get any kind of money coming in. Because y'all who claim that y'all love these artists, you follow them on social media. You follow them left and right. Whatever they said back in the day, oh, that's what you hold up as gold against people like myself that'll tell you, yo, they're not what they used to be. No. You hold up everything that they used to be and try to have that like the gold standard or something. But the reality is, it's not. It's not. They disappear because you not supporting them. This real hip hop that they saying that they want, that you want, you clearly don't want it based off of action. You always follow what people do. You follow their actions. You don't follow what they say. People will tell you anything left and right. Oh, these people were so great, I listened to this. But then when you pull up the numbers, you see, oh, you really ain't listening to that now, is you? You really wasn't listening to Nas like that now, was you? I just ask you to keep it real. Just keep it real. If you didn't like the Nas album, say you didn't like the Nas album. Damn the whole fact that he's the legend, he's Nas in the flesh, he's one of the greatest to ever do it. Forget all of that. We already know that. That's not up for discussion here. What is up for discussion is actually, was this album good? Was this album good enough for people to actually follow, to people actually have interest in? Is this sound actually a sound that's feasible right now? Is it feasible enough for people to actually build hype upon it? That this real hip hop thing that people say that they want, can it actually be something? And I'm here to tell you no. I'm here to tell you the facts of how this works. People go along with whatever is super hyped up that the streets are talking about, that everybody is enjoying, or what mainstream is promoting. If you're not one of those two, people could claim that they're going to support you. People will claim that they like you. They're going to claim that they love you. But the reality is, they don't. And it is what it is, man. But I've already gone well over my 30 minutes that I've been trying to do. But I just had to get this off my chest because y'all just be faking the funk. Y'all be playing games. Y'all be claiming that these things be so great, but you don't be supporting it. And then you wonder why music is the way that it is. Music is the way that it is just based off of the actions of the masses. If you guys actually cared and you actually supported people who actually put forth good music, then music would be much different. But what actually happens is you support whatever the crowd is saying you should support. Whatever the masses, whatever the mainstream record labels are saying should be supported or should be listened to, that's what you listen to. You don't actually go out of your way to actually listen to see if something is valuable enough to actually be supported. And it's frustrating to no end, but it's the way that the game is. So therefore, that's the way that I'm going to play it. But I appreciate everybody that came through, man, and listened to this. I I don't think I'm gonna do like last year, you know, I was focused on I'm trying to do something every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday my album review, and then maybe Friday, maybe the weekend if I'm not busy. I don't think I want to do that no more because I'm forcing it on things that people clearly aren't interested in listening for. Like whenever there's something for me to talk about, that's probably when I should be posting something, ain't it? I want to do something consistent, but if there's not anything that's going to bring through potentially something that people want to hear about, then I'm going to probably let it go because I could have done something yesterday. I had the ability to do it yesterday, but I'm like, there's nothing that I could talk about today that will actually intrigue the people. So therefore, I'm probably just going to, you know, be patient, wait for mixtapes to come out, wait for albums to come out, wait for actual topics that people care about to come out. And, you know, test subjects, like subjects that I want to see if people actually care about. I'll do stuff like that. Not so much forcing it every single day, even though I can do it clearly based off the years that I've been doing this. I can do it clearly. But what's the point? I'm going to try to go more quality than quantity this year, but yet I'm still going to put out a lot of content. It is what it is. Appreciate everybody who came through, man. Catch y'all the next go round. Please start supporting quality music. Don't be told what's hot. The streets don't need to be told what's hot out here in these streets. You know what it is. You got ears. Stop following these people. Stop faking the funk. Be your own person. I'm trying to build you up to be an individual. Build yourself as a person. But thank y'all. Catch y'all next time.